Hello, my Aries. Thank you for coming back and welcome to your weekly Wednesday Aries tarot reading. We're going to be going to the 28th of September to the 4th of October 2025. So let's see what's in store for everybody. Again, thank you so much for being here. We're going to start with the oracle that already done flipped out already. Be sure to pay attention to the images as you see them coming up. They might spark some intuitive something within you. Okay, so you have here first, build a safe haven. Your soul deserves a safe haven free from past pains. Work daily to build a sanctuary within yourself. Very, very important. Within yourself. This is not necessarily speaking physically. You need to go out and buy a house or whatever may who's it. This safe haven needs to be all up in here first. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, subconscious energy, you have rediscover self-love, reconnect with the love for yourself that was lost in the turmoil of life's challenges. This love is a source of strength and renewal. Love yourself, Aries. Okay, that's where the power comes from. The connection, the trust that you have in within self, that is where everything manifests from. Okay, especially in a positive light. All right. So those are the things that the oracle whispers coming up for you guys. Let's dig into the tarot and see what else comes up for my Aries collective for the 28th of September 2025 to the 4th of October 2025. September 8th to October 4th 2025 for the Aries collective, please. September 28th to October 4th. All right, Aries, so we're going to go through challenges for you. What can help you with those challenges? Past, present, potential outcome energy, as well as advice. On the bottom of the deck, you do have the Knight of Cups in reverse. So that's why the oracle came out the way it did in the first place, because some of you are not necessarily loving yourself the way that you're supposed to. You're not showing up for yourself. You're not giving yourself your flowers. You're not going out and doing the things that you want to do because you want to do them. You might be sitting at home and waiting for somebody to go with you, or waiting for approval to go do that thing and be yourself as you are needing and wanting to be yourself. No, Aries, like it is time. Subconsciously, you're wanting to break free. You're wanting to feel safe within your own skin, and you're wanting to exhibit your love for yourself. So go do that. The challenge you have here is the Devil card. You have too much of an attachment for people pleasing, for whatever outside of yourself. You give too much of your energy away, and it's time for you to pull that right on back. Okay, for what can help you with that, you have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, which suggests that you have a seed that's planted. You might think or want to build that foundation for yourself, but you're not actually following through. It's like you planted a seed, but you're not doing anything to nurture that seed's growth. It's like you planted the seed and then you went and burned the field, and now the seed cannot grow at all. Like, ask yourself if you really want that. Past energy you have here is the Lover's card in reverse. This is the lack of commitment to you. It is adjacent to the bottom of the deck, subconscious energy that I put down. So that's what it's giving off, Aries: a lack of commitment and long-term love and unconditional partnership with yourself. Okay, that was in the past. Right now you do have the Ten of Pentacles also in reverse, because it's like a call for you right now. Where your energy sits right now, Aries, it's like you're not seeing the bigger picture of things. You might not think that this life of luxury and support and just altogether awesomeness is even an option for you, and that's where you're wrong, Aries. It just depends on whether or not you believe that that's possible. It is an option, but you have to put yourself in the right state of mind, the right, shift your perspective to the right frame of reference. See that everything that has happened up until now has been trying to lead you to understand what you need to do and who you need to be and what energy you need to step into for you to get where you want and need to go. It starts with building that safe haven within yourself to know that any and everything is possible for you. There's no ceiling here, rediscover self-love, like the oracle said. Like, why would you take, the food out of your mouth? Why would you take the opportunity from yourself? Because that's the only energy that is blocking what you ultimately want or think that is not available to you. You are the only person that's blocking that. At the end of the day, um, it's like you're growing to be a master of, you know this is leading you rather to be a master of, spontaneity, bravery, courage, taking on adventures, and not caring what other people have to say, not caring what things look like on the outside, because if your attitude is right, the facts don't matter, the facts don't count. Okay, they turn into opinions quite easily and quickly. Okay, Aries, so do what you need to do, master those basics, build your foundation very, very deep, and go ahead and do your thing. Start to master this change, this new identity, this new journey for yourself. All right. For your advice here, you do have the 8 of Wands in reverse, and the 8 of Wands is the suggestion that if you feel like you're not moving, especially in a direction of the things that you say that you want, do something about it. You have to be the change, or the initiative that sets things into motion. Aries, you do that. You be yourself. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start to clarify these messages. If this sparks any type of resonance within you, that is wonderful. And if you would like a personal tarot reading, that information is in the description down below to work with me personally. All right, so with that said, let's start with the clarifications for my Aries collective, please. 28th to the 4th of October 2025. Clarifications for Aries, please. All right, so challenge, help, past, present, outcome, advice. Bottom of the deck, clarifying this Knight of Cups, is the Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay, so throw up, like, if you're not being like awesome to yourself, throw out that mindset, throw out that behavior, because again, that's something that has not been helping you up until this point to create good things. It's been helping you to create stuff that you don't want. And if you want to keep on doing that, then by all means. But at the end of the day, not being a friend to yourself, not being the supportive energy that you need within yourself, that needs, empty that cup. That's not the mixture that you need moving forward. Okay. The challenge here that you have, clarifying the Devil card, is the 8 of Cups in reverse as well as the Fool card. Okay, so like I said, the challenge is, having a overly attachment to that which does not serve you, basically. Okay, so with the 8 of Cups here, it's like you have that stuck energy, and you're needing to break free of it. You're needing to embrace the fact that, all right, that's an old journey, that's stagnant. You need to learn the lesson that it's time for something new. Have that bravery, that Aries energy, embody that it's time for a new adventure. What can help you with that, with the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, has to do with the Hermit card as well as the 5 of Cups in reverse. It's acknowledging these emotions, acknowledging that you might be afraid with that 5 of Cups in reverse, but knowing that everything that has happened up until this point has been a nugget of gold to get you to understand and want to make these changes and want to create new and better things for yourself, to take a journey all on your own with that Hermit card there. It's something that only you can understand, only you can accomplish, only you can be introspective about this, and look out into the stars and dream and see things, clearly mentally, and then pull them into manifestation. Only you can do that. Doesn't it sound exciting? Like the fact that you can pull things from here into manifestation. Doesn't that sound like wow? Doesn't that sound like magic? But you can do that, Aries. Like, if you only let go of the preconceived notions of the past. Past energy has to do with the Lovers card in reverse. It is clarified by the 3 major arcana here, by the way, and I will reiterate that major arcana is that background energy in our lives that repeats itself in multiple different aspects of our lives that seemingly have nothing to do with each other. But when you look at the scenarios, you'll realize, like, oh, that is the same exact thing. Now here is the lesson that I've gotten from that. And look, now that I know this lesson, I'm so much stronger. I can take on the world type of situation, you know. So that is they are the grand lessons in your life that get you to that next level, you know. So in the past, with that Lovers card in reverse, Strength and the Empress in reverse, it's basically it's the same thing of being able to cultivate that relationship with self. Okay, it's talking about your commitment to you, and how you prioritize yourself. You know, sometimes, you know, you might be ashamed of yourself, Aries, that you don't prioritize yourself, or, you know, you make excuses for not looking at your emotions, for not, you know, watering the seed that you're wanting to water, for not being vulnerable, and then you still don't do those things. Like, it's like, you know, you don't do them, but you still don't do them because you're embarrassed that you don't do them. Like, instead of getting caught up in that convoluted, like, cycle, just be like, you know, open the door in midway and, like, step out of it. Like, be vulnerable with yourself. Look at the things that you've been trying not to look at. Look at why, where it's coming from, the fact that you prioritize yourself last, and then do the complete opposite. Do something different from what you have been doing thus far. You know, that was the past energy, though. Let's see what's happening in your present energy. With the 10 of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, as well as the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. It's the same type of energy, so it's still flowing into the now, in a different way, in that, like, now it seems like you have a dream, Aries. Now it's like, you know, it's like you contemplate riches, and you contemplate, like, life being just totally different from what it is now, but you don't feel like you have the presence enough, the energy enough, the wherewithal to be able to manifest that. Or you think with this 2 of Pentacles here that it's too difficult, and, you know, you feel just overwhelmed and unbalanced and misaligned and all of those things. Like, it's like you're allowing yourself to talk yourself out of it because it seems hard. It's really not. It's about taking as little bit as you can moving forward. Planning, if you need to get a specific type of planner, plan out your day. Just little by little, take chunks, bits and pieces, and figure out how you're going to do it until those little things add up into the grandiose thing that you never thought was possible. You know, at the end of the day, you do have the King of Wands here, clarified by the 3 of Swords, as well as the Moon card in reverse. So this is the energy, again, of you taking on new challenges, of you heeding my words, Aries. It's not gonna be, you know, easy peasy lemon squeezy, but it's definitely not going to be as hard as you thought it was. You know, so this heartbreak is more of you confronting the part of yourself that held yourself back in the first place. It's like, you know, getting past the barrier. It's like when you cringe and you think that something's going to hurt, and you're just like, oh, I'm okay. You know, so that it's like the heartbreak of realizing that it wasn't as bad as in the first place, and you could have had this, that, and the third. And it's not for you to get upset up with yourself about. It's not for you to beat yourself up about it. It's just like there's so much more that you don't know. So let's you know, start moving with the things that we do know. Let's start taking those baby steps so that even more can be available to you. You know, at the end, not the end of the day, but the advice here with the 8 of Wands has to do with the Ace of Swords, as well as the King of Swords in reverse. Okay, so like I said, that advice was to get moving, because right now it's you're putting yourself in a space where you won't move. All right, so you need to get clear with this Ace of Swords here. Get clear on what it is you want. Be yourself authentically. Ask yourself for real what it is you want, and any counter intention with this King of Swords here, whether it's a male figure in your life, however they show up in your life, or a divine masculine energy, doesn't necessarily have to be a physical male. whatever that energy is that's keeping you from being in your divine feminine energy. Like I said, this is not like a gender thing, like a physical gender thing. It's divine masculine and feminine. Whatever is keeping you from embodying your divine feminine energy of creation, of bringing something into your reality, realize that really has nothing to do from you. It's coming for it has nothing to do with you. It's coming from an external source. And what you need to focus on is your power of manifestation, your power of being able to receive in the first place. Be you authentically. Okay, Aries? Like, it's time for you to break free of that shell. All right. So with that said, we're going to go into the Oracle of Money, the Oracle Money Whispers. So let's see for the 28th of September to the 4th of October 2025 for my Aries. What do we have? Money Oracle Whispers, please. So you have, there is a difference between saving money and hoarding it. One increases the flow with the intention of using it for a specific purpose. The other suffocates and restricts the flow out of fear of scarcity. Do not let fear hinder you, Aries. Do not act out of fear, because it does exactly this. It stops things from growing. It stops you from seeing the bigger picture of things, okay? You also have a practice here. So for your subconscious energy, and do it practically. Write down your why for the money you are manifesting. Each deposit should have a purpose. What is the purpose of your latest transaction? If you want to keep a diary of this, keep track in some way, shape, or form, Aries, I behoove you to do that, okay? It would behoove you to do that, all right? So for the Love Oracle here, let's see what comes up for you. Got one that fell out already. You have partnerships, support. You are being guided to reach out to form partnerships and alliances to expand your vision and perspective. Take this time to see who comes into your life that is offering to assist you with your endeavors. Asking for help often leads to accomplishing your goals more quickly. And you also have on the bottom of the deck full circle completion. You have chosen to learn from your mistakes and move forward, closing out the cycle. Every layer of yourself you acknowledge is a layer that has served its purpose. You are now feeling your power, and by seeing your inner strength and determination, it'll pay off. Be proud of this moment and let it carry you forward, okay? So if you need to pause here and contemplate these words, please go ahead and do so, Aries. Last but not least, we're going to go through the shadow work of this week and seeing what that has in store for you. Shadow work for my Aries, please. Oh, that was quite a few cards. Hold on. All right. Okay. Uncompromising you have. So this might be somebody around you or some aspect of you. All right. So uncompromising. Think about being fair and working in harmony with another person. And you also have on the bottom of the deck defensiveness. Hear other people's perspectives and feelings. Shift your focus to them. It's not always about you, okay? This is more of like an understanding thing, understanding the situation so that you do not become available in any place outside of your center, okay? Your center, your peace is very, very important. When you get in an uproar, when you have that devil card mentality where you're just so attached, things start getting a little crazy, okay? So Aries, with that is all I have for you for this week. Thank you so much for being here. Like I said, if you want a personal tarot reading, that information is in the description down below. Also, check out last week's reading if you did not already. It's very helpful. All right. And with that, I will see you next week. Toodles.